Hey guys, welcome back to Griffith Woodworking. For today's project, we've moved out of the garage and into the backyard. And today's project, I have two little helpers. I promised these boys this summer I would build them a tree house.
Yeah, you did.
It's about 90 degrees out here, but we're going to get started. The first thing we had to do was pick the tree. And we decided we were going to string the tree house between these two trees. So you guys ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. So the first thing we have to do for the project is to build the base that the whole tree house is going to sit on. To do that, I have a couple 2x8s, and we're going to string them between this tree and that tree. We're going to get a level and a ladder. The boys are going to help me put them up, and that's what the actual tree house is going to sit on, and we'll cross brace it back to the tree. So here we go. All right, so the first thing we need to do is make sure we put this board up level. Since this is going to be the base of the entire tree house, we're using these 6-inch lag screws that I got from Lowe's or whatever home improvement store you have. It should be good enough to go through the 2x8 and into these big trees. So the first thing we need to do is just temporarily get it started in the board so it'll already be in there when we're ready to screw it in on the level. And it looks like it needs to be about right there is level. The last thing we want is for this tree house to not be level and have a sloped floor. All right, let's get it in there good. All right, level. Now I'm going to put 4 screws on both sides to make sure that it gets there nice and secure. Later on, we're going to cross brace it to the tree, but for now, we got to make sure this is nice and strong. Now my drill's not strong enough for some reason to get it all the way through the board and into the tree to get this flush against the board. So I have to get this and just finish it. Use a little bit of muscle, but this is working just fine. I'm not sure why my drill wouldn't continue to push it in there. There we go. One board down. Now we got to do the exact same thing for the same type of board, just on the opposite side of the tree, to make a little 2 to 3 foot, about an 18-inch to 2 foot stand that then we're going to build the whole platform on. About right there. Good enough for now. All right, it looks like a thunderstorm is about to roll in here, so we're going to hurry up and try to get this last board up and then maybe call it a day. We'll see. But we've got one board on one side and we're putting the second board on this side. You got to make sure it's level with the other board and also level with the ground. That way, the platform we're going to put on this will be level both ways. All right, boys.
Okay.
Lift it up. Nice work.
Thank you. I was being so strong, you were being a worm.
So it looks like to make it level, I'm going to have to raise that side up maybe about 1/2 inch. So I'm going to head over there and do it. Nope, actually now that I'm over here, wow, level. Already level. We're going to go ahead and just put the rest of the screws in and get it secured. And then hopefully get done before this thunderstorm starts coming. It's already starting to rain. Now that we have the 2 boards stringing from one tree to the next, we can go ahead and design the rest of the tree house. I know I want it to be 8 feet deep, and I need to get up there now and measure the distance between the trees in the middle that we're going to be able to build this platform. Good?
Yep.
All right. Keep holding it. So we measured it to be about 112 inches between tree to tree in the middle where the boards are. I'm going to leave some space on both sides of the tree house to let the trees move and grow if they need to. They're pretty big already, but now that we got the 2 boards strung between the 2 trees, we got the base we're going to put the platform on now. In order to make it simple and be able to just put 2 sheets of 4x8 plywood as the floor when I get the platform done, I'm just going to make the platform an 8x8 foot square. That way just the 2 sheets of plywood fits on just perfectly. I don't have to do any cutting of plywood up here. That'd be really hard. So now the time is just going to build the platform 8 foot by 8 foot. So we'll have to have the floor joists 93 inches and the ends 96 inches. So I'm going to cut some of my wood and get started on the platform for the floor. All right, we're going to build the outer square of the platform floor down here on the ground and then lift it up and put it up there before we put the floor joist on. That way it's a lot easier down here. So I got my helpers. We're going to start putting these boards together. Like I said earlier, we're going to make an 8 foot by 8 foot square. You guys ready?
There's some lovely things over there. That's good.
Good enough.
Okay.
All right, so we need to put 2 screws in each. Right there.
I think that's plastic.
All right, there's that one. Let's move down here. All right, now we're going to take this square and put it up on the 2 boards we already put up.
Somehow.
All 4 of us are going to do this.
All 4 of us are gonna fit
All right.
down.
We're going to slide it towards leaning against there. Okay? Keep going. Keep going. There you go. All right. Now,
All right. Can you get at that corner?
pick it up. There you go. There we go.
Okay, I can't push it anymore. Yeah, me neither.
Whoa. Here. Very nice. Thank you. It's getting dark, so this is probably the last thing I can do tonight. But I am putting across the floor joists and screwing them on this side. And tomorrow we'll pick back up on the other side, and then we'll get this tacked down, and we're ready for the plywood floor. So I finished putting the floor joist up. Now the next step is to get this tacked down where we want it to be. But I don't want to permanently tack it down yet because I'm not sure that that's square. And the best way to get it square is to go ahead and put the plywood on to make sure it's square. And then after that, we can permanently put it where we want it on these two beams. So in the meantime, to be able to get up there, I'm just going to temporarily get some screws and just tack it down so it doesn't move while I'm up there putting on the plywood. So that's my next step. I'm going to temporarily tack it down, get the plywood up there, put it on, and then we'll be ready to place it exactly where we want it. I'm going to use these 2.5-inch screws to temporarily connect it here and here, a few places along. Just put an angle here so it goes up through. Now it's in place. I'll do that in a few other spots here just to keep it temporarily put where I want it. So for the floor for the treehouse, I'm going to use your standard subfloor. None of my helpers are here right now, so I'm going to try to do it myself, lean it up and put it over the top. We'll see how it goes. You might see me hurt myself. See ya. It worked. So to get this platform square, first I'm going to put this subfloor down right here at the corner. Get it tacked down here at the corner. I'm using 2-inch screws to do that. And then I'm going to make sure I push this to get it level here, or not level, flush, and same thing on this corner. Since we know that the subfloor is square, then we'll know that our base is square. All right. Alright, we got these two sides flush. And we'll make sure that that one's flush and we'll be good. We've got one side of the subfloor done. Let's get the second side up there. So I messed up a little bit here. I'm going to show you what the problem is. I bought this subfloor for the treehouse, and I assumed that 2 sheets of 4x8 subfloor would make an 8x8 square. But this has tongue and groove, and I don't know if that's what the problem is, but on this way here, it lines up well. It's 8 feet this way, but when you get to this edge, it's not long enough there. And you got the same thing on the other end. So if I were to do this again, I would probably just get standard plywood, 4x8 sheets. It would definitely be an 8x8 square, but we'll make this work and we'll move on from here. Now that we got this whole platform done for the floor, I'm going to undo where I have them temporarily tacked to the main beams. We'll do some measurements and we'll make sure that we get it right in the middle and right on both sides, right in the middle. And then we'll permanently attach it And then I'm going to put some cross beams in, and I'll show you how to do that. To finish the platform, I installed these cross braces using 2x6s I just cut up here on site. They connect the corners of the platform all the way back to the base of the tree. This just gives a little bit more support on the ends and the edges of this platform that's a little bit further away than the middle of the beams.